Hi students. So carbon footprint scope 1 and 2 and 3. So already I have produced one video on this, which is the base for this understanding scope 1 and 2 and 3. And now we have in part 2 a little more explanation to understand this scope 1, 2 and 3. Scope One, we have fuel consumption in the company vehicle. What is the meaning of it? So, petrol or diesel used in company owned car, vans, and truck. So, which will come under scope 1. So, on site natural gas heating. You burn the gas in boilers, heaters within premises. So, it comes under scope 1. Okay. Refrigerant leakage from HVAC system, then which comes under direct GHG emission from cooling unit or air conditioning. Okay. Diesel generator power backup using fossil fuel. So it is direct emission. Okay. Industrial process emission, whatever product you are making. Okay. So carbon dioxide from chemical processing, cement, steel production, all these things. So it will come under direct emission scope 1. Okay. Forklift or other machineries, diesel, LPG powered. Okay. So this equipment also come under, this equipment is used within the premises. So it will come under scope 1. Okay, scope 2, electricity purchased from the grid, from electricity board, right? Factories, retail space, etc. Purchased from district heating, cooling, thermal energy bought from central plant. So from there, if you are buying it, then it is scope 2. Okay. Imported steam used in manufacturing or sterilization. If you import this steam, you are not making it in-house, you are importing it. So then it comes under indirect emission and this scope 2. Scope 3, employee commuting. Okay, you have to bring the employee to the industry for factory for making the product. So employee commuting will come under scope 3. So travel by personal vehicle, bus, train, everything. For the company, it is scope 3. For that person, it is scope 1. Okay. Business travel, air, train, taxi. Travel not involving company owned vehicle. Then it comes under scope 3. See, if the company is not owning it and we are hiring from other people, then it comes under scope 3. Upstream transportation and distribution, right? Emission from supplier delivery food goods, we call it as scope 3. Okay. Downstream transportation and distribution, emission from delivering product to the customer. Okay. In the upstream, it is the raw material bringing to the company. Here it is the from company to the customer. Okay. Purchased good and services. Emissions embedded in material and service bought. Okay, which comes under scope 3. Use of sold product. Emission released during customer usage of product. So which comes under scope 3. The customer is using it and releasing the carbon dioxide. For the company, it is scope 3, fuel appliances. Okay. Waste generated in operation. Okay. Landfill, recycling, incineration, all any method, everything will have its own value. Carbon emission. Okay. Capital goods, infrastructure, equipment purchase, computer, machinery, all these things come under scope 3. Okay. Leased assessed. If not reported in scope 1 and 2, then it comes under scope 3. Okay. Investment for financial institutions. Okay. Emission from company or project financed invested in will have come under scope 3. So what we have understood, scope 1, you burn it, you report it. Direct assessment. Okay. Scope 2, you buy the energy and report it. You are reporting it, but you are buying the energy. Scope 3, everything else up and down the value chain is called as scope 3. Let us see an example, carbon emission scope for schools. Okay. So scope 1, What are the things will come under scope 1? We have school buses, which will be running in diesel and petrol, and we have diesel generators as a power backup. Okay, we have science lab, gases can be used in science lab, gas cooking in canteen, okay, which is scope 1, refrigerator leakages, AC refrigerator, all these will come under scope 1. Okay, scope 2, purchased electricity, okay, lighting, computer lab, air conditioning, fan, everything will come under scope. Now scope 3 for student and staff commuting, okay. So buses for commuting student and staff, it comes under scope 3. Outsourced school buses services, scope 3. Paper and stationery purchases, scope 3. Food procurement for canteen, which is scope 3. Construction activities, scope 3. Waste disposal, paper, plastic, food, everything comes under scope 3. Online learning platform, cloud storage, everything scope 3. Uniform and sports kit purchases, scope 3. Guest lecture and school events in the school, which will come under scope 3. Maintenance and cleaning services, which also come under scope 3. Why that matters for a school? Why for a school we have to calculate this carbon footprint? So it builds the climate literacy among students and staff. Helps school aim for green campus certification. If you lower that, government provides you green campus certification. Enables data-driven decision for reducing emission. Okay. Why one has to reduce this area? Why this focus? So data is there. Based on data, decisions are made. Why solar planner, e-buses, digital systems need to be implemented. One can understand. Can be used to create student-led project and internal audits. For that also it is useful. I hope so. I made the point very clear. Thank you, students, for understanding carbon footprint in a clear manner. Let us meet in a yet another video. Thank you.